Well, I don't care.
We're live.
Are we?
It says we are. Hello.
I haven't gotten a notification yet.
Well,
There we
we're
go.
on Joey.
Yep,
it's
we're
on
good.
Joey's
We're
channel.
live.
all right.
We're live.
Can you
I
hear?
got-
Can
I
you
got
hear me?
notification.
Can you hear you? Can you hear you guys?
Hello.
It's on Joey. Joey, it's on your channel.
Yeah.
Okay. Joey takes over the parking lot.
All
Yeah,
right.
I hear it. I hear it.
Can you guys hear yourselves though?
Yes.
Awesome.
Can hear it.
Cool. We are live. Hello to the 0 viewers we have. Oh no, we have a viewer. Hello. Hello, DJ Malone.
Whoa.
Hello. Let me. Oh, I'd never start. Hold on. There we go. Let's play the intro.
You can count.
Come on, Joey.
Waiting for
Shush.
you in the parking lot.
I don't know if the intro has. Whatever.
Rams winning in August Super Bowl to the deep 3 they go.
I remember that. That was such a fun
Man, is the only basketball you have?
No, there's another one, isn't there?
No,
Oh, Ray Borg hosting the cup. Great. Just a great, wonderful.
we don't have a baseball.
Okay, the Matthew reception is proven to probably have been an incomplete pass. Who cares? Because it happened 30 years ago.
Longer,
Yeah, way longer.
almost 50.
Oh, really? Was it that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Oh,
All right.
nope. Now you're seeing. Ah, crap. There we go. Hello. Hello. It should be sharing. It should be sharing my screen now, right? Yeah. Is it, or is it still sharing the OPS? I don't know.
Let me take a look.
So I got the notification.
It's all.
that we're live,
We're.
so-
Yeah, it's the Windows. It's the Windows now. It's our Windows.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry for being
All right, let's
super.
start.
We're super professional. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Parking Lot Show, hosted today on my own
Oh.
personal channel. Please subscribe if you do enjoy. If not, well, then you can just go see that door. You can just walk out that door if you want. Anyways, hello, everybody. My name is obviously not Joey, and to my left would be my good Miami loving friend, Mr. Chris, and below me would be our sad Super Bowl ringless
What's up?
Tanner.
That's good.
All right, boys. So,
Well, I mean, if you count the twins, he's got a ring.
okay. So, nothing interesting in hockey happened, so let's just move on from that.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh no. Joey, I hope you have your voice ready for some music accompaniment of Elvis Presley.
I did not prepare it. I'm gonna wait
Yes.
until Frank's here for the show, and then I will sing it, just so Frank can enjoy it as well. However,
just to rub some salt into
real
the wound.
quick, before you guys say anything, they fucking deserved it. All right, all 4 games you had the lead at one point, all 4 games, and you
Yeah, in
choke
every
it.
game they have. Yeah, in all the games. Yep.
You choked them every single lead. You know what happened? Do you know what happened? We got fucking cocky. All right? There is no sugarcoating this. There's no can't get rid of that right now. Whatever. That notification will go away. Hold on. Nope, it's not going away. Crap. Whatever. That's fine. That's just going to be annoying. Anyways, they fucking deserve to lose. You have the lead in all 4 of the games you lost, and you choke it. We barely won game 2, Mind you, we barely won game 2. We played like shit the entire series. The entire series. The only times we won was against a backup goaltender who was not prepared or ready to win. That's why we scored 7 goals. I think Robin Lehner hustled us. The Vegas Golden Knights are hustlers. What do you know? They're from Vegas. We should have expected them to be hustlers.
I mean,
I wrong?
I did watch the series and everything.
You're not
It
wrong.
was a great series, but you guys got really outplayed. Marchessault, Mark Stone, Martinez, and
No,
Fleury
no,
was just
and
it's
you know
just
who I'm the
vintage
most
Mark
mad
RJ
at?
Fleury.
I'm not mad at McKinnon. I'm not mad at Landeskog. I'm not mad at Ryan Graves. I'm not mad at McCarr. I'm not mad at Bo Byram. I'm not mad at Logan O'Connor. You know who I'm mad at? You know who I'm really mad at?
Grubauer?
No. Grubauer played excellent. Grubauer, the only reason Grubauer almost stole most of those games. He didn't choke them. The defense in front of him did. No. The person on that team who I blame, his name starts with a P and his last name is Nemeth. Patrick Nemeth gave that puck away to the Knights. How many times that resulted in goals? Patrick Nemeth played like shit. Why did we have him in the starting lineup? I don't understand Patrick Nemeth. He was horrible. He was god-awful. Why? Why? He shouldn't even been on the 4th line. Why? You know what? Seattle, we will give you Patrick Nemeth for free. Tell you what, we will trade you. Tell you what, we'll pull a Nolan Arenado. We'll give you $50 million, and you take him off our hands.
Going on
I'm
to this
done.
to the serious topic with that.
However, congratulations to the Montreal Canadiens for pulling off an amazing
Yes.
upset.
Yes.
Carey Price, I'm pulling for you. Corey Perry, you can go fuck yourself on a hockey stick. Because nobody likes you and nobody
Katy
wants you to win a
Perry.
ring. But whatever.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
So
Please beat
That's
the
like
Knights.
Channing Tatum.
So boys,
Okay.
quick question: who are we all rooting for in the Stanley Cup Finals? Do we want? Let's see. Do we want the New York
I'm-
fucking Islanders, the most boring team in hockey? Do we want the team that cheated, that Plankton would say cheated, like a game of kickball, because they circumvented the cap by $16.5 million? Or do we want the annoying 4-year-old franchise that brags about everything they do? Or do we want the underdog story of the Canadiens? That would probably make an excellent Disney movie.
I mean, the underdog story does sound good, but to be honest, I think, in my opinion, and I would like to see this, Vegas, New York.
I was gonna say it's probably gonna be Vegas, New York. Honestly, I would love to see a Vegas, New York series. That's gonna be fun. You know what? And I don't get why everyone shits on the Islanders. You know what? If their system works, it works. And you know what? You shouldn't criticize hockey because it's boring. Like, seriously, what do you think this is? Baseball? Come on. If you have to play if you
Islanders
have to turn a game slow to win the game, then play slow to win the damn game. His system works, so let it work. Don't judge it because it's boring. Boring hockey it's 80s, it's 70s and 80s hockey. And you know what? I think all of us fans are spoiled because we are so used to, the Nathan McKinnons of the world and the Cale Makars and the Jack Eichels and the
Steven Stamkos,
Steven Stamkos is,
Connor
all the
McDavid.
high scoring
Connor McDavid,
like
Aston Matthews.
all right, exactly. Like all Leon Draisaitl,
I will say, Joey, that the Islanders beat Pittsburgh and Boston, and it was like all quiet. Nobody was talking about them that much.
because
I
they're
would
the
like to see them in
Islanders.
the-
No one cares about the Islanders because the
Um,
big team in New York is the
do-
Rangers, and once the Rangers did not make the playoffs, nobody cares about the Islanders except for that tiny small fan base. And yes, I will say that New York, the Islanders are a small market, yes, they're New York, so I know it's hard to call them a small market. However, they are
I mean,
it's like saying the Jets,
it's
right?
kind of like the
The-
Mets and the Yankees.
or the Jets and the Giants.
it
The
basically
Jets
goes-
are the smaller teams. The Mets are the smaller of the teams, and
Yeah.
the Islanders are the smaller of the teams. So
the combination typically goes Yankees, Giants, Knicks, Rangers, and Mets, Jets, Islanders, and Knicks, and Nets.
right.
So if you're from from Manhattan and the Bronx, you root for the first four, and then if you're from Long
Queens.
Island, right, or any
Uh,
the suburb type of.
I'm not sure when
Boroughs,
I'm
you
not sure
support
when
those
the
other
ex-
teams.
I'm not sure when the expansion draft is, my friend. And you know what? I don't think Habs fans are
I
as
think
bad.
it was in.
I don't think Habs fans are as bad because you know what? The Habs were cocky back in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. But you know what? Now they really haven't been that successful as a franchise in the past 20 years. So you know what? Let them have a fun moment. Let Carey Price get a ring. Out of all hockey players that do not have a ring right now, besides King Henry, he deserves a ring the most. Carey Price deserves a ring the most. Am I wrong?
And
Mhm.
you're not wrong. And to go back on your point by saying the Islanders are 70s and 80s hockey, it seems whenever there's, and it's just not exclusive to hockey, but whenever there's like a wave towards a certain style of play, there's always that team that always manages to start going back and have success. You know, it's polar opposites. It's kind of like polar opposites. You know, the best defense versus the best offense. And I
Right.
think-
For example, in modern years, like the Tennessee Titans, like when King Henry, King Henry of the Titans, not King Henry Lundqvist. When King Henry, became the star he is, the Titans offense went, yeah, sure, Ryan Tannehill is a great quarterback that will pay $17 million a year for. Sorry, I still laugh at that. But yeah, no, King Henry is definitely worth a second contract. I don't think he's going to taper off, but look at the Titans. They're the example of going back to, the running back. The running back is the star of the team. Or as much as it pains me to say this, I'll even say the 1998 Broncos. We were carried by Terrell Davis that year. Like, John Elway still had a lot of gas in him, but Terrell Davis is what won us that Super Bowl, even if it was against the Falcons.
Did you guys still have the Three Amigos in that Super Bowl, or had you gone past that?
I think let's see, the Three Amigos were Shannon Sharp, Terrell Davis, and John Elway, right?
I believe so.
I think we still have them until we still have them until 1999 when John Elway retired, and then Shannon Sharp, I believe, I can't remember if Sharp was traded or he left in free agency to the Ravens. I think it was a free agent and he went to the Ravens. I think that's what happened. And then TD got hurt in 2001. I remember, everyone remembers TD got hurt on a stupid non-contact play where his knee didn't just shatter. I mean, I think nowadays it would have been an injury he could have come back from, but back then they just didn't have the technology. So, I mean, imagine if Alex Smith had that injury back then. He probably would have ended up losing his leg.
Oh. That's what ended Joe Theismann.
That's why.
Except
Yeah,
Joe
that's why
Theismann
Joe Theismann.
Except Joe Theismann didn't have the flesh-eating bacteria. That's what I'm talking about.
You are right about that.
Like, he would have had Alex
So
Smith.
moving on to hockey.
Sorry.
So,
Moving on. To football. Really, no football.
no, I still want to keep on hockey.
You want to keep on hockey? Okay.
Now, yeah, just for a bit. Now that it's the off season for all of us, what players do you think we're going to see leaving our teams to Seattle?
I believe. Let me start. I believe it's probably gonna end up being Ryan Graves, even though I would hate to see him go. Um, Either that, or I think I genuinely think it's possible that we could pull a Penguins and the Seattle and they take Grubauer. I think it's possible. I think we can say, you know what, Francouz is coming back. He's proved himself. He proved himself last year or 2 years ago. He's coming back from injury though, so I don't know because the only backups we have are Devin Dubnyk and I forget his other name. And Jonas Johansson. So I don't know if we keep Grubauer, but I think probably what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up trading. We're probably gonna trade Dubnyk or Johansson to the Seahawks, or not to the Seahawks, to the Kraken. But honestly, if they don't go goaltender, I think they take Ryan Graves or we could say, you know what, Landeskog, you've been a great captain, you've been really good, but your contract is way too expensive. We need to keep everybody else. So I mean, if they were stupid, they would not protect Landeskog, but
they're not getting rid of.
Landeskog is a free agent, so there's always that possibility that Colorado. I mean, Landeskog is a great player. It would be very stupid for Colorado not to protect him. At the same time, though, he is a free agent, so that will come into consideration. Him being a free agent is going to come into consideration at some point in time. Because Landeskog being a captain for how many years?
Is he restricted or unrestricted?
I think he's unrestricted. I believe Landeskog is an unrestricted agent or a free agent.
Okay, yeah. If it's unrestricted,
and think about it, he's gonna want a lot of money because he's been captain of a team that was horrible, god awful, really good, great, amazing. And he hasn't won shit, like McKinnon said. He hasn't won shit. So Landeskog is going to want money, and I do not blame him. It's just we have to pay Makar. We have to pay McKinnon. We have to pay, we have to pay Rantanen. And you know what? I'd be fine with seeing Rantanen go. I would miss him. I think all Colorado fans would miss Rantanen, but I think they'd rather leave. I think they'd rather see Rantanen go or Graves go than Landeskog. So I hope it's not Rantanen. It's probably gonna be Ryan Graves.
What about you, Tanner?
But
Landeskog's been your captain for a while, hasn't he?
I think longer than McKinnon's been on the team. Yeah.
What about you, Tanner? Who do you think is leaving Minnesota?
Kirill Kaprizov.
No.
No.
That would suck for you, though.
This is going to be hard. Because
he's probably on a no movement contract.
We pretty much built a core on the fly, if you think about it. Because.
Are you going to protect your goaltender?
Possibly. But I expected them to start the process to dismantling it, and then they went on that tear with basically one player turning the entire team around. I think obviously they're gonna put like fourth line trade fodder out there, but
well, isn't your whole team, and I don't mean any offense to this, but like isn't your first line basically just second and third line people who got moved up because they really don't have anybody? Like, I'm not meaning to be insulting or anything. That's like a genuine question.
He has the 2010 NHL All-Star team in there. Kinda. With Parise and
yeah, don't you have people that are on like 22-year contracts or some stupid shit, or like 13-year contracts? Yeah, how is that working out for you,
buddy? Parise and Sutter. Sutter's the other one.
Yeah, how is that working out for you, buddy?
It's really Joey.
Oh, DJ Malone says they can have Jake Vertan or Jake Vertini. I don't know. It's Virtannin. Verton, maybe? I don't know. Jake Verton. Whoever that is.
As for Florida, Drider's an unrestricted free agent who was the goalie for majority of the season. I think Gudis is a name I've been hearing, and Noel Achari.
Who's that one that kind of stunned Lightning to win a game? Your new goalie.
Spencer Knight? No, but Spencer Knight is not Spencer Knight.
They can't take Knight.
No, he's a rookie. He's in a rookie deal. 1 second, guys.
Okay.
You know, I think Matt Zuccarello might be put up for.
Why would they put up Matt Zuccarello? Isn't he a really good player for you guys?
He hasn't done shit.
Didn't he score like 10 goals or something this season? Now, Tanner, my question is, who do the Leafs lose in the offseason?
Possibly, well, who's a free agent?
I don't know. Oh, could you imagine if the Kraken take Jack Eichel? Oh, that would suck.
I think Goudreau's going to Seattle.
Oh, Johnny
The
Hockey?
Leafs need to blow up the. Yeah, because the Flames really need to blow up that core. They're not winning anything with them.
That was so weird.
Who does Ottawa have? Like, seriously, who does Ottawa
Nobody?
have? Like, Ottawa doesn't... Literally, Ottawa has nobody
pretty
worth of
much-
value to take. Or wait, don't they have a
They have
good
trade
Joe
fodder.
brother? Don't they have a good Joe brother? Doesn't Ottawa have a good Joe brother too?
I don't know who's in Ottawa, to be honest.
Nobody does.
What were we talking about? I'm sorry, I had a little issue going on.
Who the Leafs and Buffalo will lose? I think it's a high possibility that Jack Eichel says, you know what, fuck you, fuck you, don't protect me, I'm not staying anyways, and Seattle takes him. Like, could you imagine Jack
Depends if
Eichel?
they could afford his contract.
Oh, they could. It's Seattle. They just built the new stadium. They can afford his contract. They're gonna have one of the highest. Even if it's a flat cap, they have zero. They have zero money spent in cap right now. They can afford Jack Eichel. They can make a core around Eichel. So, however, Chris, who do you think is leaving
From who? From where?
from the
The Panthers?
yeah.
Well, like I said, Chris Strider is he's an unrestricted free agent. I think a defenseman, Gudis, probably Noel Achari. We have a couple of interesting contracts with Sam Bennett and Anthony Duclair that they both signed to 1-year deals. But the protected ones are, Barkov, Jonathan Huberdeau, probably Bobrovsky.
That's fair.
But it will be a shame to see some of the big defensemen leaving. Like you said, the goalie that stunned Tampa, that's Spencer Knight. No, he's his first taste of the big league, of the big show. So he's
I think
staying.
he's definitely good enough to be a backup right now. I don't think he's going to be your starter at the beginning of the year.
Because I know when Vegas did their when Vegas did their expansion draft, they got Marchessault, who played for us.
Oh, thank you, Naya. Naya has actually said that Ottawa has Thomas Chabot and Brady Tkachuk. That's who I meant, a Tkachuk brother. That's right. Ottawa's not going to give up. Ottawa is not going to give up Brady, though. I don't think. I mean, they should because they need to blow up that core. But no, they're not going to because they're Ottawa.
Ottawa doesn't have a core.
Brady Tkachuk.
We're
a team.
Dude, you know what? I hate to say it, real quick. Move Ottawa to Quebec. Please, just do it. Like, dude, no one cares about the Senators, okay? Who would miss the Senators? Who? Nobody. Nobody would miss the Senators.
They're pretty much the Washington capital. Geographic-wise, they're pretty much the Washington Capitals of Canada.
Jesus.
So
move them back to Quebec. Make them the. You know what? Literally, call them this. Call them the Quebec Nordiques 2.0. Like, make that their name.
Of course.
And like, make their logo a giant 2.
So we're gonna go on to football. You said?
Yeah. So there really hasn't been any huge football news. However, OTAs have been going well, which is really good to hear. We all know about the Aaron Rodgers holdout. That's kind of old news. However, my perspective is Aaron wants out. He has lost enough money at this point, and I genuinely don't think he's either going to come. I don't think he's going to come to training camp. I think he doesn't care about the money. At this point in time, he doesn't care about the money. He wants out, which that would suck. But I don't blame him because he said in that interview he loves the city, he loves the Packers, he just doesn't like the culture. Exactly. He wants to be part of the process, and the front office isn't letting him. However, we've seen what happens when quarterbacks get involved, a.k.a. Ben Roethlisberger. We know what happens when Roethlisberger gets his way. The team becomes shit because he gets beef with all his receivers, namely AB. Then again, AB did go crazy, but we don't need to talk about that. We all know what happened. Congrats to you, AB, on winning the Super Bowl. Good for you.
Would it be fair to say that one of the only quarterbacks to allow one of the only quarterbacks to be involved in like the front office process where it's actually worked out is Brady with the Patriots?
No, Brady had no control. Brady had no control.
That was all Belichick. That's why he left.
Dude, no. You look if you look at the receivers that Belichick drafted, they're all busts. Every last one of them, because Brady didn't want those receivers. He wanted tight ends. Because what we don't understand is that Brady isn't necessarily a system QB, but he's not a receiver QB. He likes his short passes. He does go for long passes, but most of his long passes were to, guess who? Tight ends. Even if it's Rob Gronkowski, arguably one of the best tight ends, if not the best tight end the league has ever seen. Yes, I know about what's his name? What's his name? He ended his career with the Cardinals. He's in the Hall of Fame. What's his name? Tony Gonzalez.
Woolfolk?
No, Gonzalez.
No, not Woolfolk. Yeah, didn't he?
He retired with the Cardinals, didn't he?
I thought he retired with the Falcons.
Oh, did he retire with the Falcons?
Gonzalez? He was a Chief for a long time.
Look it up.
Who do you? Real quick tangent. Who do we think can dethrone Tampa in the NFC?
In the NFC?
In the NFC, the team that can... I'll say the Rams. I think the Rams could. I think the Rams could. The Rams, the Seahawks, if they can get an O-line by the time the season starts, because... You know what? I'm surprised Russell Wilson didn't want to trade, honestly. I'm surprised he didn't get out, which is just because he said he hated it there because he doesn't have a fucking O-line.
He's got a ring.
He has a ring because he has a ring. He would have 2 if they just ran the damn ball. Dude, you know
Yep,
what?
that's true.
It's really not fair to make fun of teams who lost the Super Bowl because they did things that we never could. So you know what? Every team that lost the Super Bowl deserves some kind of recognition because all teams that lost the Super Bowl were technically the champs of their division, right? So that got to count for something, right?
Conference. Right.
And I mean, not necessarily champion because I guess champion of their division is a lot harder to do at as well as being champion of whatever. Yeah, so no huge football news. Jordan Love looked like shit one day, then really good the other. Teddy Bridgewater was out throwing Locke, which is kind of concerning, seeing as Locke needs to improve, or we are fucked with a capital F. So yeah, I'm worried for the season. I don't know. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. I think all teams should only play like 1 or 2 preseason games because yes, I know preseason games gets them ready for the season, gets them ready for injuries. Weeds out the crop, helps them develop rosters, and we saw what happened last year when we didn't have OTAs, training camps, all the different things. There were a lot more injuries. However, I think if we do all the training camps, all the OTAs, make them longer, make them a little bit less grueling, I feel like there will be less injuries. I feel like preseason games, all that. I feel like preseason games just add to injury. So if we just take the preseason games away and just get into the season, I feel like that would be better for all teams, even if it doesn't give players who got drafted a chance. But I don't know. That's how I feel about preseason. I think they're just a way to sell more tickets to games, honestly. I think it's just a way for the league to make more money. And especially since, most times, all the games, all teams play like 4 preseason games. This season, most of them are only playing 3. So, I mean, that might also be because of the extra week that the NFL is doing, which I can see why people would be against, but I'm all for it. More football, more money, more fun. Even if they're meaningless games, I guess that's what really matters is like, why are you making us play a meaningless game when we don't have to? So I don't know. But, it makes it possible for a team to be the first team ever to go 17-0, So, moving on to, let's do basketball news. These past couple weeks have not been good for Colorado. Not gonna lie. First, we basically get we almost get reverse swept by Vegas. 1 game short of a reverse sweep, and then we get completely swept by the Suns
Vegas
because
doesn't have an NBA team.
No, I'm saying it's not been good for Colorado sports in general. And then
Yeah.
yesterday the
Mhm.
Nuggets get swept. Like a clean sweep. And you know what? I hope the Phoenix Suns can actually do something. I hope Arizona actually gets a winning team for once.
Yes.
Please beat the
They've
Mets. No one
been
likes the Mets.
They've been
I'll ask your
playoff.
question.
They've been playoff star for a very long time, and good on Phoenix for breaking out of that.
Oh,
The state of Arizona has only won 1 championship, and that was the 2001 World Series 20
yeah.
years ago.
I mean, hey, and the worst part isn't baseball like their least popular sport?
I know.
Or is it
I don't know.
basketball?
Well, it's hockey. Obviously, hockey.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Glendale,
I actually completely forgot
City of
about the
Glendale wants to kick out
Coyotes.
the Coyotes.
Hey,
The
but the
Coyotes.
Coyotes have feed Phil Kessel, so I don't know, or Phil feed Kessel. So I don't know. Yeah, but that's basically yeah. So the NBA playoffs are looking to be who in the finals? I'm guessing the Suns and the Mets, right? Unless the Mets got
Don't count out the Jazz. The Nets are tied 2-2 with the Bucks, but Kyrie Irving and James Harden are injured.
Oh, really?
Wuss.
Okay.
Yeah, Kyrie has a sprained ankle.
And then who are the Jazz playing?
The
The
Clippers.
Suns. What?
No, they're
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the
the
Jazz.
Suns are waiting who wins between the Clippers and the Jazz.
Could you imagine if the Clippers
yeah.
actually got to the finals this year, or actually got past the second round and went into the third round? Tree would lose his shit.
We can.
Dude, you know what?
We can at least say
I would
this,
want
at
the
least it's
I would
not-
want the Clippers to win just to piss off Lakers fans. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the riots? Oh, Alex would be pissed.
At least we can at least say this about the NBA. At least it's not LeBron versus. At least it's not the LeBron Invitational for the 10th year in a row.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna retract my statement that LeBron is better than Jordan, but I ain't sure yet. Don't quote me on that. Because truth be told, I think that watching old sports, like watching 70s, 80s, 90s sports in general, the athletes, and you can say, well, they were on steroids, yada yada. Who cares? I don't care. Those athletes were really, really, really talented. And now if you look at our athletes now, like let's compare Lamar Jackson to Michael Vick, because that's been done millions of times, right?
Yeah.
We're just now getting back to that point, like almost 10 years later. Now we're finally catching up to Vic. Like, really? It took us that long to get back to how good Vic was? Or Gretzky. No one's caught up to Gretzky. And I don't care if goaltending's gotten better. No one's caught up to him. Or Jordan. No one's better than Jordan. Not even LeBron. And LeBron's probably the best damn player the league has seen in years. So what I'm saying is that I think sports, at least the athletes, peaked in the late to early 80s and kind of dropped off when people said, you know what, we should stop letting steroids be a thing. And I think that was a bad decision. I think it was. I think steroids made sports more fun. I think they did. I think it made baseball more fun.
Also,
am I wrong? It made baseball a lot more fun to watch.
rules and analytics are also taking over. Like, that's why in baseball you barely see stolen bases now, or complete games.
Well, yeah. Analytics, I think, are a good thing, and I'm not gonna say, oh, the NHL got soft or the NFL got soft. They got safer. NASCAR got safer. You know what? Let's take the big sports out. Let's put NASCAR. NASCAR had to get safer. They had no choice. After Earnhardt's unfortunate death, they had zero choice but to make the sport safer. Which, I'm sorry, and this is gonna piss off a lot of racing fans. It made it boring. Because there's not as many crashes. And I'm sorry, but if you look at NASCAR, like NASCAR will sometimes post full races, right? If you look at the views on those compared to the wrecks, like what was that? Who was the guy who got in that huge wreck a couple years ago? Like
Which one?
He did that giant spin over his car basically flipped over a bunch of other cars.
Oh, Ryan Newman.
Ryan Newman. That wreck is one of NASCAR's most viewed videos in like 10 years. That's one of their most viewed videos. Because people don't care about the races, they care about the accidents. And you can say that's morbid and wrong, but I mean, come on, morbid curiosity controls us all.
Stock car racing has a very rich history in the South. It's just
it can't reach up to us because it's boring. Like, I like
No,
NASCAR.
not just that, but the France family has changed it.
Yeah,
Like-
they've basically killed the sport for your average NASCAR fan.
It used to be mostly about the points and shit. Now you gotta win. You could win like 10 races in the regular season, but you screw up your car in the last race. Well, you're screwed.
Right, which, they should just change it back to how it used to be. And not to mention, they took away all the fun tracks, like PPIR. For those of you who don't know, Pikes Peak International Raceway, they used to race at that track. They have video. NASCAR has 4 races of those videos, which are some of the most important races. Like Jeff Gordon got a win at PPIR one year, but nobody ever talks about it because it's PPIR. Because NASCAR basically said, okay, or I forget what happened, but basically they were gonna build a track in Denver, and those plans fell through. And then NASCAR said, "Oh yeah, you're not allowed to do races here anymore." Or somebody said you're not allowed to hold races here anymore, and they stopped doing races. They still use them for testing, they still use them for practicing, but they don't race there anymore. They should definitely bring racing back to PPIR though.
I think haven't they let one of their most historic tracks just go into disrepair? I think
Nazareth.
Yeah, that's.
And I've also I don't know how old this is.
I think that's in Tennessee.
I don't know how old this is, but I've also heard Pocono might get shut down soon.
That's the one I was talking about. I thought
which would suck because Pocono is a very historic track.
Yeah.
It would be like shutting down Talladega or even Daytona. Which I wouldn't be against shutting down Daytona because it's a very dangerous... Or no, I'm sorry, Talladega, because Talladega is a barely runnable track. But no one ever talks about that. Chris, your camera's gone. Chris?
Mine?
No, you're here, Tanner. Well, folks, it looks like we've lost Chris. I guess Chris was eliminated in the Survivor. So it's me and Tanner. Vote on who you would like to win the $1 million. Obviously not me because I'm a Bronco fan. So yeah, I'm Joey, 11-5. Ooh, that's gonna live with me for fucking ever. Overstreet.
Yep.
But you know what, Tanner? You want to know something?
God, what?
1997, 1998, 2015. What years do you have, Tanner? What years do you have? 2017 when you got blown out by the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game?
Shut up.
Oh, I'll remember
Andrew Brunette.
We're not talking hockey.
Park.
We're not talking hockey. We ain't talking hockey. We're talking football, boy.
I don't care. Andrew Brunette, Richard Park, Nino Niederreiter.
Hey. How many
elimination games against the Avalanche?
How many Stanley Cups did the Avalanche have? How many? And
how many World Series do the Rockies have?
And okay, how many championships do the Grizzlies or the Wild or the Vikings have? None. 0. Zip. Nada. You know how many championships Denver has? 5. 5 championships. How many do you have, Tanner? You have 1. 1 championship that you got lucky on.
If you count WNBA, it's 6, but...
No. Wait. Oh, yeah, I forgot. The Denver team did win a WNBA, didn't they?
I don't think Denver's ever had a WNBA team.
Then why'd you say 6?
The Lynx have won 4 championships.
Oh. No, I do not count champion WNBA because it's the WNBA. Sorry, not sorry. You don't get paid as much because you're not as good. That's not a sexist take. That's just a straight up you are not as good as NBA players. Like, that's not sexist, that's just facts. An NBA team let's see, who's the worst NBA team right now? Who's the worst NBA team?
God damn it.
Who's the worst NBA team? let's say the Grizzlies. The Hornets, all right? The Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets could beat the WNBA championship team. Anyways, and then let's see what others. Oh, baseball. Baseball's still around. Still a thing. The unwritten rules are still a thing. Unfortunately, we need to get rid of those. Those need to go die in a hole. You know what we should do with the
Used to go die in a hole.
You know what we should do with the unwritten rules, guys? We should write down the unwritten rules and then erase them. And then erase.
To burn.
No. We write them down, like we painstakingly write them down, and then we just erase them in front of the commissioner. Like we strap the commissioner down, watch him go, no. We torture him, and then we swing like piece of metal, and then we after we say piece of metal, we write away one unwritten rule every time until he's a broken man.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what? Yes, NASCAR was fun to watch. Go watch some 90s races. You will have fun. I'm not joking. 90s NASCAR was brilliant. It was fun. It was energetic. It was a little boring at times, but man, Jeff Gordon, Alan Kawicki, Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty for a little bit, Kyle Petty, let's see, Bill Elliott. Man, like all those drivers were so much fun to watch back then. Chris is having some technical difficulties, everybody. I'm sorry. This show has really been bad. I'm sorry about that. This is my first time trying to run a show. If Chris wasn't having any fucking difficulties, we'd be having a great show, wouldn't we, Tanner? Oh, shut up. No. Oh, you know what we should do, Tanner? We should crap on all the Florida teams. We should crap on all the Florida teams. All right, so let's start with the Dolphins. Let's see. When were the Dolphins good last? The 70s? 1972? The perfect season, right? Hey. What? Who am I? Tanner, who am I? I'm ringing the doorbell, but there's no ring. There's no tone to the doorbell. Who am I?
God.
Who am I? I'm the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. Who am I? Who am I? I'm Dan Marino because he never won a fucking Super Bowl. Because he went one time, lost, and never ever went back. Ever. Which sucks for Dan Marino. Like, I'm sorry, but geez, Marino, I feel bad for you. Like, you have to be so talented at losing to not win a ring back then. Especially with, he had such a stacked team too, like all the years. Oh wait, you know what? They never do say who won the Super Bowl in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. So maybe he won the Super Bowl against the Eagles in that universe. After being saved by Ace Ventura.
Joey, there is actually one more story that I'd like to get to, and I was alerted to this because of a chat discussion this morning.
Very well, Tanner. You have the floor.
It appears that, and this is pertaining to the sport of el football or soccer.
Oh, football.
For those who don't know, basically the European version of the World Cup is going on, which is called the European Championships. Mm-hmm. And a match between the nations of Denmark and Finland a few days ago was disrupted because of a Danish player who basically collapsed on the pitch and had a heart attack.
And
According
his heart
to-
completely stopped. Like, he didn't just have a heart attack. His
Yeah.
heart stopped.
He was declared dead for a couple of minutes, and apparently,
Luckily, he's all right now.
Yes, and prayers to Chris. No, definitely prayers to Christian Eriksen. Hope you get better. Sorry about the whole diagnosis about not being able to play anymore, but according to a former player of Denmark who is the father of the current of Denmark's current goalkeeper, UEFA, which is the body that
Sanctions the games.
Yes, they threatened to give Denmark a 3-0 forfeit if they didn't finish the match.
What was the score at the time?
Nothing, 0-0.
Really?
Yeah, and there was about 50 minutes left of the match.
That is some bullshit. See,
Yeah.
and you wonder why soccer doesn't carry over to the United States. Because it's fucking corrupt. Because all they care about is that sweet, sweet dollar bill. Here, at the very least, in America, yeah, we kind of do. But most of the times, like, in an NFL game or an NHL game, if somebody had a heart attack, the game gets stopped. At least for a little bit. Like, they might resume it at a later date, but that game would be stopped. That's literally happened in the NHL, hasn't it? Where a player's had a serious injury or a heart
Yeah.
attack.
Jay Bomeister.
Right. He literally collapsed on the bench and they stopped the game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like, and he wasn't even in the starting lineup, and they still stopped the game. And let's see. The only major injury I can think of where they kept playing is Clint Marlichuk, but that's because they really, at that point in time, the game was almost over anyways, so there wasn't any point in not continuing. But even then, they stopped the game for a good 30 to 45 minutes to clean up and to like let all the players like kind of take a breather.
Yeah.
I mean,
There was a 90-minute delay between in the Denmark match between what happened and when they went back out in the field.
who won the game? Or did it end in a tie? Finland? That's just insult to injury. Damn. Chris, you're still not connected. Let's see. Any other news we should talk about? Tanner, any other news we should talk about? Hello?
I can hear Chris.
Okay. Hold on. I'll be right back. I apologize for the technical difficulties, everybody. This is my first time running the stream. Please do not expect anything more than I can offer because, like I said, I'm not used to this. All right, let's join back in.
Technical difficulties.
Is it hello, Chris?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, thank God. Okay, cool.
It's been raining here, so maybe that's why.
Okay.
Like hard.
Okay. So yeah. Chris, I
Yeah?
will let you have the floor for a little bit because you missed out on the conversation. But how do you feel about the whole Finland versus Denmark match situation going on with the UEFA?
Honestly, what Tanner told me is that's unacceptable. But honestly, UEFA is just a horrible organization.
Why do you think Why do you think football doesn't carry over? Because it's corrupt and all they care about is money. Here in the US,
I mean, I could go
here in the US,
on a whole tangent. on the associations, like CONCACAF, UEFA, CONMEBOL.
Don't get started on
They're
FIFA.
all,
Don't get us started on FIFA. We all know how. Like that's what pisses me off.
FIFA is corrupt.
Is that FIFA fans
yeah.
all know that they're corrupt, but they don't give a shit.
It's the most popular game in the world. Like, what are you gonna do?
The only association that's more corrupt than FIFA is the IOC,
What's
Yes.
the IOC? Whatever.
International Olympic Committee.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They hate America for some reason. They never ever give us a bid for it. Like they never ever let us win the bid.
They gave a
2028?
Yeah, but after how many years?
2028 in Los Angeles?
After how many years of trying?
to be fair,
2002?
They gave us 3 Olympic Games in the span of 18 years. So
Yeah. I mean, the last official Olympic Games here in America was Salt Lake City 2002.
Hmm.
But that was the winter ones.
the last summer one was 1996.
Yeah, 96 Atlanta.
All right, and then Chris,
Yes.
what were we talking about before we were talking about the before we were talking about that, Tanner?
Oh yeah, you were trying to rub some salt in the wound about the Dolphins not being relevant since the 70s.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see.
Yeah,
The
but also,
let's-
man,
no,
keep
hold
in
on,
mind
hold on.
that
The
the two biggest
the
blowouts.
Dolphins haven't been relevant since the 70s. The Panthers haven't not been relevant since 1996 when they got swept by the Colorado Avalanche. The Miami Heat have not been relevant since they won the championship with LeBron. Literally, they had LeBron. That's the only reason they won. The Marlins are only relevant because they somehow because they almost beat COVID and almost went to the World Series last year, but it didn't happen, so they're still not relevant because they're the Marlins and they won. The Marlins won 2 championships in 2 years, which is kind of impressive, but they haven't been really relevant
No, in
since then.
10 years.
Oh,
10 years.
2 championships in 10
fair,
years. Then again, I could say
Miami
the same thing
does
about the
have-
Rockies. I could say the same thing about the Nuggets. I could say the same thing about the Broncos. I could say the same thing about the Avalanche. No, actually, you know what? The Avalanche have been relevant for
The
years.
2 biggest blowouts in Super Bowl history were courtesy.
The 3 biggest blowouts, actually. The Broncos hold all the records for the biggest blowouts in Super Bowl history because the 55-10 loss, the 45-8 loss,
48.
or no, the 48-8
45-8.
loss. There's a 22-10 loss. Yeah,
Yeah, but 22 to 10 is not that bad.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not.
That's 12. That's 12.
And it's still bad. Considering we've been to 8 Super Bowls and we've only won 3 of them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call. Oh yeah, 2013. That was such a good year for us. How the fuck did we ruin it? Like God, I hate talking about that year.
Arizona fans would gladly take 8 Super Bowl appearances and only winning 3 of them. So
I got 2 and 5.
Hey,
I'm 2 and 5.
Let's see. How many do you have, Tanner?
0 and 4.
really,
But
Dude.
but Tanner, you know what? At least you're not as bad as the Buffalo Bills, who lost 4 in a fucking row.
That's horrible.
How
I'm
the
sorry.
hell?
4 in 10 years.
How
so.
the hell do you lose 4 in a row? Like the odds of that. The odds of losing 4 in a
And
row.
one of them was shanked this way.
Like, weren't 2 of them lost on kicks and then 2 of them lost on touchdowns? Like on miracle touchdowns, basically.
One of them was on a kick. I know that it was against the Giants.
I feel bad for Buffalo fans, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna call it. I think Buffalo wins the Super Bowl this year. I'm gonna call it. I think you know what, and I'm gonna call the matchup. I think it's gonna be Buffalo versus Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers. Straight up, I think that's what's gonna happen because
Jordan Love.
Because the football gods hate Aaron Rodgers for some fucking reason. So it's gonna be Buffalo Bills
they
versus
hated him,
Aaron
he wouldn't
Rodgers
have-
or versus the Packers and the Bill. I'm gonna say the Bill.
If they hated him, he wouldn't have a ring.
No, they hated him after he won the ring because he got cocky afterwards and tried to break all of Peyton Manning's records. Even though the football gods love
You
Manning.
mean Drew Brees?
They've literally given him nothing.
Exactly, but he see that's why the football gods are punishing him is because he has been spiteful to them because he was pissed off the last couple of years and he still went to the NFC Championship and he still has had arguably 2 MVP seasons in a row. Arguably.
Do you guys think he missed that first down on purpose just to piss off the Packers
I
No.
think so.
last year?
No. However, I do know that I have heard from sources, allegedly, that Kevin King is on a very specific list for Aaron Rodgers. I'm not going to say what kind of list, but I'm sure you can, I'm sure you can assume what kind of list Aaron Rodgers has put Kevin King on. Because that blown coverage against Tampa Bay was just, oh my god, that was god awful. That was so like how what the hell is this? Are you trying to swim?
Yeah. Packers fans want Kevin King's head on a fucking pike.
They want it on London Bridge. No. Aaron Rodgers is falling down. Or no, Aaron Rodgers is falling out. Falling out. Aaron Rodgers is holding out.
Oh,
My
God.
fair cheeseheads.
I think this is about a good time to go.
All right, we'll start off the outro. Tanner, anything to say?
No.
Awesome. Chris, anything to say?
Viva Las
Okay,
Vegas,
folks, and that's
bitch.
our show. That's our show for today. I'm sorry it was such a dumpster fire. It will probably, we might do one on Wednesday. I have to work pretty early, so we might do one on Wednesday. It depends on how I'm feeling, because I'll probably be extremely tired. I might not want to do it. We'll see. We'll have a way better show. Remember, go Broncos. Chris? All right. Tanner, do you have any sports teams you would like to root for the season?
The Twins.
Kings, go Twins. Go Wild.
All right. And Rockies, please pull a more miracle comeback and somehow make the playoffs. God, I would love you. Please do it. Please. I don't want to be sad anymore. Please.